Dobry day.
Stravete.
And welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
As usual this time of year, news is dominated by the weather.
Yeah. We did get the promised snow on Saturday.
We did. It's warmed up a bit towards the end of the week, but Saturday was a day of snow.
Yes, all day. We probably ended up with about 6 or 7 inches.
Something like that, yes. I think it might have been even deeper up in the common.
Yeah.
But we didn't venture up that way.
No. we did have lovely weather though.
Oh yes.
We still had sunshine, plenty of sunshine.
Yes, and as we were having the bad weather, it threw our minds back to before Christmas when we had bad weather, and of course lost our power. Well, we thought we can't be doing that every time it snows, so we've done some preparation, and this is what we've done. Well, it was promised, and we finally got it. A decent amount of snow, the sort of thing you expect this time of the year rather than the temperatures we had last week. But the one good thing about it is the sun soon comes out and brightens everything up. And of course, once it starts to thaw and then freezes again, we get quite an impressive display of icicles. And of course we have the snowdrops coming out, which I suppose is fitting when we have snow like this. And now the thaw certainly is underway. Part of the reason for that, as you can see, is bright blue skies, which means plenty of sunshine. The temperature in the shade is still below freezing, but in the sunshine it's getting up to 8-9 degrees. Now when we have snow like this, our thoughts turn to the end of last year, where not only did we have snow, but we lost our power for 4 or 5 days, and we decided we ought to do something to try and alleviate the problem of no light and no ability to charge our phones. So this is what we've done. The solution we've come up with regards to our lighting issue is this little kit here. It contains a solar panel with a built-in battery, 2 LED lights, a little remote control, and a holder so you can mount your panel to recharge. So when you come to use these lights, the solar panel itself has 2 attachments on the back, and each light plugs in. Now the lights have, I guess, around about 3 meters of cable on each one, so you can spread them out. There's also a hook on the back so you can hang them up. Now that I've connected them together, we should be able to turn them on, but because it's still daylight, they won't come on because there's a sensor in the panel that stops it coming on. If I cover that up, the lights come on. And you can set them to 100% light, 50% or 25%. Each one works independently of the other. So I could have this one set to 100 and that to 25%, or whatever combination I need. Expose the panel to light again and the lights automatically go off. So as a trial for the lights, I brought them down into the cellar. I've got one here, I've got one over there. The central power pack is up there and the cables are running around the top. So this could be a usable setup. I'll put a hook in both beams to hang them from. Let's see how well they work. Of course, at the moment I've got the normal lights on in here. So I'll turn them off and then we'll see how well these lights work. It is now very dark in here, but that's one of the lights, that's the other light. Now it's not as bright as the normal lights, but this is emergency lighting. This is so that we can see to do stuff if we have no power, and for that it's more than adequate. I can also, as I showed earlier, reduce the strength of the lights if I need to, so that it makes the battery last longer, and then if I need to actually see something that I'm doing over here, I can turn it back up again. I can also turn one off and leave the other one on. Now you probably can't see me very well, but it's another option for saving battery. Now obviously I won't be using them down here if we have a power cut, we'll be using them upstairs or in the kitchen, but this was the best place to show you. But I think you'll agree they work quite well. We have tested them and we know that we get at least 5 hours of light at this sort of level out of a charge, and the battery takes 8 hours of sunlight to recharge. So the kit all in came to just over 40 leather. So for that sort of money, as an economy backup lighting emergency system, I think it works rather well. Another solution that we've arrived at for charging our phones and providing a little bit more light is on the right hand side there we have a solar powered lantern. You actually blow it up, it makes a cube and that glows. It doesn't give a lot of light, but it gives enough light to be able to see where you are and what you're doing in a very small area. In the middle is a little solar powered power bank. Now that will charge a phone. It contains enough power to charge one phone one time, but with its built-in solar panel it also recharges itself. Now on the left hand side we have a solar panel which has attached to it along the back there. You can see the cables that we can attach to with the different adapters. Now that's the one that will charge a phone in bright sunlight. It charges our Bulgarian phone in about 3 hours, so that's not bad. So for an emergency phone system it works quite well. So that's the panel propped up in the window. This is our south facing window, so it gets sunlight all day. The jars there basically just to hold it up in position. This is our Bulgarian phone. What I do is just plug that into there, and you can see it started to charge the phone. So that'll be a good option to use if we have no power. So for a budget solution to that particular problem, it's worked out quite well. As I mentioned in the video, the lighting system cost around 40 leather, and the solar panel with the charging thing came in at just over 20 leather. We also have the option, of course, of charging phones with the car. We can charge 2 phones at a time down there, but last time, of course, we didn't have the car. So we were completely stuck. But we thought we'd better make the preparations just in case it happened again.
Yeah, we found that light was the biggest issue,
Oh,
especially this time of year where it's dark at 5:30.
Yeah.
And we can't have candles because of the cats.
So
we did, but we've got to be very careful because.
So this has been our safest option, and it'll do in the short term. We may come up with a more permanent solution in the future, but for now, it should see us through.
Yeah, and of course, because we've done all these preparations, we had no power cuts at all this time.
Of course not. So it had the desired effect.
Yes, it worked. by having a plan, we didn't have any power cuts.
Yes.
I'm sure that's how it works.
But one good side effect is the torch I use for doing the dogs in the mornings. I go into the barn and clean up after them, shall we say. It's always fully charged because I plug it in when I come back up. So that's a good side benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, so apart from that, we've had a quiet week, haven't we?
It has been fairly quiet. We've potted around and done little bits and pieces. We have started clearing the spare room, so that's ready for us to crack on with. But it's just been too cold.
Yeah, it has been a bit chilly. I think it's been our coldest week.
It has, yeah. Or it's felt it.
Yeah, it's definitely felt it.
But it is the end of January, so what do we expect?
Looking forward, it is Panamatsu tomorrow, so they've got their trading day at the village. I think it's from 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
So, usual stuff, plus meet and catch up with people.
Yeah.
Now, we will, in the next week, possibly we'll be starting the spare room properly, but there is another project we'll be coming back to. We were taking down some leaning trees, and I said I had to leave it there until I got a certain tool. Well, I've got a certain tool. So next week you'll see what it is and how I use it.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, a definite upgrade from sponge and a stick.
It is, yes. Although it could be in the same line.
For those that remember our very early videos.
I think it's number 6 or number 7, yeah. So that's probably about it for us this week. So it's time for us to say,
stay safe.
Be well.
Do skoro.
Do skoro.